In the Wall case, the court found that Israel was obliged to end the breaches of its legal obligations, including those under international humanitarian law, and its duty to respect the right of the Palestinian people to self-determination and to make reparation for the damage caused by those breaches. In the present case, the law of state responsibility likewise obliges Israel to bring to an end the serious breaches that I have outlined to the court, including by the reversing of its settlement activity and the making of reparation for the damage arising by way of restitution and compensation as appropriate. The solution must be built on a foundation of respect for international law, but especially respect for the right to self-determination.
The question of Palestinian has persisted for over a half a century, inflicting sufferings across generations. Countless Palestinians have been waiting in vain their entire lives. Yet, there remains no glimmer of hope in their efforts to restore the legitimate rights of Palestinian people. Fundamentally, the foundation of two-state solution.
These proceedings take place as a whole people struggle to survive through relentless bombardment. The very people who have endured daily persecution for over half a century. And yet, these proceedings inspire hope. They inspire hope because they present an opportunity. They afford this court an opportunity to develop jurisprudence, to advance essential principles of international law that preserves and advances the very basic human right of liberty and dignity. Pakistan has always been a defender of the Palestinian people and their right to self-determination. It was Pakistan that proposed the General Assembly's first resolution on the first day of the Six-Day War, relating to Israel's invasion of Jerusalem and the measures taken by Israel to change the status of the city. Since then, Pakistan has continued to engage on these important questions of international justice, and it remains committed to contribute and play its part. Against this background, I will deal initially with 5 points and then make some technical legal arguments that Pakistan considers to be of particular importance in these proceedings. First, the question of self-determination. Second, the question of occupation and annexation. Third, systematic racial discrimination and apartheid. Fourth, the question of City of Jerusalem and its holy places. And finally, the two-state solution. Mr. President, members of the court, I come to my first point. The Palestinian people have, as the court itself has recognized, the right to self-determination. This right, which is codified in the two United Nations Human Rights Conventions, is one of the essential principles of contemporary international law.
A country that has known only too well the pain and suffering of occupation, colonialism, systematic discrimination, apartheid, and their entrenched consequences. It is because of this history that Namibia considers it a moral duty and sacred responsibility to appear before this court on the question of the indefensible occupation of Palestine by Israel. The parallels between Namibia and Palestine are striking and painful. Both were integral parts of the mandate system established after World War I And in both cases, the so-called sacred trust of civilization, which aimed to guide these nations towards self-determination and independence, was utterly betrayed. Instead of achieving self-government, both Namibians and Palestinians suffered the loss of human dignity, life, liberty, and the outright theft of their land and natural resources. Hundreds of thousands of their people were violently expelled from their homes or forced into exile, joining the ranks of the world's refugees.